Welcome guys back again here at Charlie Tuktuk Network, where we talk about everything you need to learn about this wonderful tuk-tuk economy. And in today's video, this has been a matter of concern, and I have had some few people get into my inbox na wakaniambia, by the way Charlie, why can't you create for us a video about asset financing? Hapa ni patriki, lakini sasa hapa, this is what breaks or makes you as a young tuk-tuk enthusiast. Hapa na address specifically kwa wale wenye wanataka kuinvest kwa tuk-tuk. So I want you to understand, every time you are thinking about leverage in a business, you need to be 100% sure about the returns in that particular business. Why is this important? It is important because if you are not sure about the returns in the business, then whatever leverage you are going to use, it will usually end up biting you back. I'm speaking particularly on the subject of asset financing. So what is asset financing? Number one, every time you are doing asset financing, you really need to go back and sit in your balance sheet and look at what an asset is and what a liability is. Alright? Now apeleka pole pole. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. Now, the moment you finance your tuk-tuk, it is an asset to you because it is putting money in your pocket. But in actuality, it is a liability to you because it is taking money out of your pocket. And you're putting it into somebody else's balance sheet onto whom it is an asset for. And now I'm talking about the bank, the circle, the microfinance, Shylock, sijui mali utaenda kuchukua hiyo loan yako. Okay? But I'm here to take you through, and by the end of this series, at least utakuwa umejua good loans, bad loans, how to go about asset financing, and when do you need to go to asset financing as a young entrepreneur or as a young businessman. Najua by the way wengi wenyu tuk-tuk ndo nataka ikutoe block. Na inaweza by the way sitakudanganya. Hii kitu itakutoa block. You can make really good money on it if you are smart and if you are wise and if you have good management principles. So asset financing is the type of model whereby you put a certain down payment on your car or on your tuk-tuk, and somebody, usually a financier, it can be a bank, it can be a private lender, it can be a microfinance, it can be a circle, it can be a chama, it can be a self-help group. The financier can take whatever form you want. They can even be a relative, as long as there is an agreement that states they have lent you money for you to complete purchasing or acquiring your asset, and now you have to pay them back their equity that is in that asset with an interest. Sijui kama tumeelewana. So kama umekelea 20% na financier amekelea 80%, it means their equity in your tuk-tuk is 80% of the value of the tuk-tuk, and na wewe uko na 20, so you are paying them back their equity, and you're also paying them back with interest, maybe for 34 months, 48 months, depending with how you have agreed on the repayment terms. Alafu sasa kutoka hapo mwishowe, you get to own the tuk-tuk. So here are some things that you will need to know when you are going through this journey. One, the moment you are being financed, you don't own that tuk-tuk. The tuk-tuk is co-owned between you and your financier. Usually your financier sababu ndiye akona the majority of the shareholding in your tuk-tuk, yeye ndiye atabakisha logbook na itakuwa na majina zenyu wawili, so kuna siku yenye unaweza uza hiyo tuk-tuk bila yeye kutojua. Number 2, it must do that which you purposefully said it is going to do. Kama umenunua tuk-tuk na ulikuwa unataka ikuwe kwa matatu, then hiyo tuk-tuk lazima ifanye matatu. Kama ulikuwa umenunua tuk-tuk na ikuwe private, then hiyo tuk-tuk itakuwa private. Jo sasa pale insurance yenye imepewa hiyo tuk-tuk haifai kufanya kazi nyingine. Alright? Pole pole. Now that is out of the way, the second thing is What are the things you need to look for when you are going for asset financing? In the previous video, I told you, you need to know what kind of tuk-tuk you are looking for. Are you looking for a diesel tuk-tuk, a petrol tuk-tuk, or an electric tuk-tuk? The most important part about asset financing is the depreciation that is going to hit you once you finance that tuk-tuk, and the return on investment that you are going to be getting out of that tuk-tuk. Hapo ndio kunahitaji good management skills. Most people wamechotwa si ati juu hawajui kufanya kazi, but ni juu they are not good tuk-tuk managers. And there is a very big difference between being a tuk-tuk owner and being a tuk-tuk manager. And being a tuk-tuk investor and being a tuk-tuk businessman. I explained them in my previous videos. You can go and check them out in our YouTube channel, Charlie Tuk-Tuk Network. Alright? So, now that that is out of the way, and I believe kama bado tuko na wewe hadi hapa, you still want to go through this process. The second thing you do is that you have your numbers and you have your facts. Mahali penye utapeleka hiyo gari ifanyie kazi, unaanzianga na hapo. Nairobi particularly, usiwahi jaribu kununua tuk-tuk alafu uende kuitafutia mahali itafanya kazi. Anza na kujua mahali itafanya kazi kwanza, kama ni ya loan, ndio ukuwe 100% sure kuna mahali utakuwa unaamka kulima. Once umeshapokea hiyo, then sasa ndio unaenda unaekelea hiyo gari yako yenye unataka kuekelea. Oya. Ndio unaekelea sasa, ndio unaekelea sasa hiyo gari yako. Juu kijaribu makosa yenye nimeona watu wengi wanafanya, unaenda unachukua tuk-tuk na loan, ukienda kuingiza kwa sako inakukataa. Ikikukataa unakuja kwa network kama Charlie Tuk-Tuk, unapiga sababu yako, unaona hapana bado itaingiana. Juu uko impatient, juu pale already uko na pressure. Wala wanakupatianga either I think wiki 3 ikienda sana ama mwezi moja, kutoka hapo arrears zinaanza kupile up. So because of the capitalism in our country, make sure umeenda kwa sako. Ikiwezekana kuna kitu inaitwa shimo, enda juu hiyo shimo inalipa pesa ngapi, na ikiwezekana nunua hiyo kwanza before uende kuwekelea gari. Ndio maana it is very advisable, if you are undertaking a tuk-tuk loan, it is better when you are a sacco driver, because it is easier for you to get the tuk-tuk into a sacco rather than kukua owner wa nje. Kama we ni mtu wa nje, fanya uchaguzi, fanya uchunguzi yako, juana kwanza na watu before wekelee hiyo gari. Sasa kama umefanya hizo vitu zote, then sasa hapa ndio tunasema tunaanza kutafuta financier ni mgani atafanya tupate deal fiti, ndio tuweze kuwekelea hiyo gari iingie ichape kazi. But before you even go and look for that financier, you need to go and sit down and make a budget. A budget will tell you what will be the cost of the loan, what will be the cost of the deal, what are the other things that you need to put into factor. Kama vile nimekuambia, stage mali utakuwa na operatia, kanjo if there are any insurance tracker. These are some of the things that any hidden charges zenye zinaweza kuwa ziko, valuation and so on and so forth. Once you have that information, sit down and look at your numbers. Alright? Of course, sitaraji tunaongelea tumefika hapa na una savings account. Juu kama una savings account, wewe kwanza unafaa urudi uchape kazi, usave, you create a good credit history, and then you go and get a loan. The other biggest problem is that vijana mnafanya, you don't know your credit score, alafu umeenda umekimbia umechukua loan ya gari. Hauwezi unda pesa kama wewe mwenyewe au jijui your financial state. Go out there, ask your banker, what is my credit score? Enda CRB, ask what is my credit score. Kama uko na tudeni tufuliza nini, those are the things that zinakuharibianga credit score. Gambling, this small poor habits ndio zitakufanya uwe maskini. Because I don't think unataka kuzunguka hivi vyote uchape shughuli na tuk-tuk alafu bado endelee kubaki kama hustler. No, we are not there anymore. We are here to take you through the next phase of your evolution as a young man. Kama umeamua generator ndio inakutoa block, generator itakutoa block, lakini lazima utunze hiyo generator. Kama umeamua solar ndio itakutoa block, lakini lazima utunze hiyo solar. Okay? na hii hesabu inazianga pale nyuma before hata ufike kwa process ya kupatiwa gari. Enda jua credit score yako. Ukishajua credit score yako itakuwezesha kujua unaweza enda utafute loan wapi. I will always advise you all as a young man, always go for the sacco. Ukikosa sacco, enda youth fund. It's a very very good option. It's a bit tedious but it's a very very good option. And then ukitoka hapa sasa, go and try the bank option. You will find very many few banks that finance tuk-tuks, and that is partly due to the depreciation that happens with the new tuk-tuk. And then last but not least, the most common option utapata ni microfinance. Now hizi microfinance ni tricky sana juu pale unafaa kuangalia interest. Usiwahi chukua deni ya tuk-tuk alafu wakwambie interest yenye unalipa ni weekly ama ni daily. No. Compute that interest. If it is weekly, at the end of the year, what is it going to be? If it is monthly, at the end of the year, what is it going to be? Mtu atakuja kuambia tena kupatia tuk-tuk na interest ya let's say 3 to 4% per month. When you go and tabulate that interest at the end of the year, unapata imefika 30%. Wengine watakwambia nakupatia na interest ya 2% or 1% per week. Do you know within 5 weeks that is 5%? 5% multiply it by 12 months, and you're going to be getting an interest of a whopping 60% per annum. Of course utaweza kulipa hiyo gari na umalize hiyo loan, eventually itachotwa. All right, so when you are going the asset financing way, those are some few key things that you need to look at. In our next video, we are going to be talking about what are some of the good asset financiers and who are the bad asset financiers. Ndio kienda huko blande, usiseme huko ambiwa. Nataka uende huko blande kivyako, ama ujipange, you follow the right procedure and you're able to get through the finish line. And for those who are still wondering, what are the factors that I should consider to get a good tuk-tuk? I mentioned it in my previous video. Go and watch it. Probably iko hapo chini, or you can go on my YouTube channel, Charlie Tuk-Tuk Network, and you can be able to get that valuable content that I put out there, so that you also don't go and fumble when you're choosing a tuk-tuk that is suitable for your particular business. Stay tuned. My name is Charlie, and I'm here to enlighten you and take you through this wonderful and beautiful economy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell below, so that you can get more valuable content from us. You see, Misha?